Hi, I'm Roberta LaRocca, a realtor and broker salesperson with Simply Vegas Real Estate. In this video, I'll be showing you some of the construction going on around the Las Vegas Valley. And it's not homes and communities, but just some of the many major projects that are taking shape. Right now, there are billions being invested, and that's what you're about to see. And let me explain why. As an agent, I often get asked a lot of general questions about the Las Vegas area and, of course, the housing market. So first, it's difficult to share in an email or call just how much is being developed. I can't possibly show all of it, even in this video. But what you will see can help you begin to understand just how much there is and some of the effects it has. Part of this will add new amenities for both locals and visitors, while others for meetings and conventions, or for new business, helping to diversify the local economy and adding new jobs. Yet there is somewhat of a downside to having this huge amount of construction. I'll explain more about that, and as we go along, I'll also reveal some myths and misconceptions about some areas in the valley that have been turning up more often in the questions that I receive. So hop in and see just how much Las Vegas recently has been and is growing. We're starting here on the Las Vegas Strip, heading north between Wynn and Fashion Show Mall. On the left, just behind the Palms, the soon-to-be Resorts World comes into view. And no, I won't make you sit through the entire red light. This $4 billion property is from Malaysia's Genting Group of Casino Resorts. It's located on the site of the former Stardust and unfinished Elon. The 3,400 room towers and 100,000 square foot casino floor is scheduled to open late 2020. Of course, it will offer its share of amenities that you would expect to find in Las Vegas. And all this is estimated to create 7,000 to 10,000 permanent jobs. But this is the first phase, and with 84 acres, they have room to grow. The blue high-rise just ahead is the former Fontainebleau, another stalled project that is coming back to life. It is now the Drew Las Vegas, a $3.1 billion project from the Witkoff Group, and is planned to open second quarter of 2020. At 67 stories, topping out at 735 feet, it's the tallest building in Las Vegas. But take a quick look right, and even more construction is going on, but we'll come back to that. The Drew is partnering with Marriott for the hotel's 4,000 rooms, debuting their Edition brand in Las Vegas, and the first JW Marriott on the Strip. Plans call for 500,000 square feet of convention space, plus entertainment, nightlife, retail, and over 20 dining options. Preliminary work has begun, full construction starting soon, and when complete, said to add 7,000 permanent jobs. Up ahead, the Stratosphere, now renamed the Strat, and the sky pod at the top of the tallest tower in the United States, has already begun its $140 million upgrade, set to be completed by 2021. And on the right, SLS is returning to its classic Vegas roots. The statue is gone and signs have changed just after this was shot. But just the beginning of the $150 million makeover by the new owner, billionaire Alex Morello. But let's jump over to Paradise Road for a closer look at that construction we passed by, built on the former Riviera site. This billion-dollar project is scheduled to open by January 2021. The enclosed bridge up ahead is a clue, as it connects to the Las Vegas Convention Center. So yes, this is the 1.4 million square foot convention center and 600,000 square foot exhibition hall expansion. When completed, it will add 7,800 new jobs and is said to employ 14,000 construction workers. Phase 3, renovations of the existing center, will begin after this is opened. But for an even better view, take a look online at the construction webcam. There you have live views and still views that give a better idea of the size. And there's also a unique addition in the works. Elon Musk's The Boring Company was awarded the contract for moving attendees over the entire complex. Custom Tesla vehicles will be used in 2 tunnels, dug 30 feet underground, and with 5 stations. But boring and Las Vegas? That really doesn't go together. Maybe they should do this.
This is what we came here for.
Well, just a thought. But let's go see another unique project. We're back by Wynn, but now on Sands Avenue, next to Palazzo. Hidden away over here is an amazing first-in-the-world project that once completed, you won't be able to miss. It's a partnership between Venetian and Madison Square Garden for a venue with an awesome new concept. Construction began in the fall of 2018 with a scheduled opening in 2021. At a cost of $1.2 to $1.7 billion. When completed, it's said to be creating over 4,000 jobs. So hidden back here, this is where you'll find the 366-foot-tall MSG Sphere. With 36 miles of LED lighting, creating a 360-degree IMAX display on the outside, and 160,000 square feet of display wrapping around you on the inside. It will become a new Las Vegas landmark. Visit msgsphere.com and you'll get a better idea of how amazing this will be, both outside and inside. With an infrasound haptic floor system to deliver bass, you'll feel the sound. Plus beamforming audio, so that what you hear in the back row is the same as the front. Anything can be projected on the outside, including what is happening on the inside, in this state-of-the-art design. Multiple levels with a wide variety of food and beverage. or luxury VIP experiences. In this performance-only, no sports arena, built by AECOM. And AECOM has already built a performance and sports arena in Las Vegas. T-Mobile Arena, home to Las Vegas's first pro team, the NHL's Vegas Golden Knights. But there's still more sports. The Raiders are coming. Construction is well underway for the 65,000-seat, $1.9 billion stadium that can be expanded to 72,000 for Super Bowl games. This new home to the Las Vegas Raiders is currently on schedule to be open for the 2020 NFL season. Like the Arizona Cardinals Stadium, the natural turf will roll in and out on this side of the stadium. But as UNLV and other college games will be played here, there will also be synthetic turf. The roof will be a cable net with translucent polymer covering, allowing some natural light in for an outdoor feel, but allowing for climate control. And of course, a variety of other events and concerts can be held here. One of the unique features will be the 80 by 215 foot lanai doors that can open for views of the Las Vegas Strip and the Al Davis Memorial Torch. As you can also see, Las Vegas-based Allegiant Air has the naming rights to the stadium. And it's just to the west side of I-15, across from Mandalay Bay. But what about more sports? So now we're by the newly opened Tanager Luxury Apartments from Summerlin developer Howard Hughes Corporation. So you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with sports? Well, stick with me, as just up the street there is something else, also built by the Howard Hughes Corp, and there is where the more sports comes into play. This only opened earlier this year, just in time for the start of the 2019 season. It is for a team that the Howard Hughes Corp purchased, moved to this property, and changed the team's name. Formerly known as the Las Vegas 51s, after the top secret Area 51, they are now called the Las Vegas Aviators. And their new home is the 10,000-seat Las Vegas Ballpark, an amazing facility. Visit the lvballpark.com website and you'll understand why it's an award winner, with everything from an outfield pool to gourmet food and celebrity chefs, and more. And just a left field, out of the park home run ball away, there's more sports at City National Arena, the practice facility for the Golden Knights, and public skating facility. Now all of that you've just seen from the Tanager Apartments and the open land that you're seeing here is now in what is known as Downtown Summerlin. It goes all the way to the end of the other luxury apartments just ahead, called the Constellation. So at the corner is where Downtown Summerlin stops, and so do I, to clear up a misconception. In my past Summerlin videos, I've given a look at the beautiful Red Rock Resort. And other parts of Downtown Summerlin. That includes the Downtown Summerlin Mall, an open-air, mixed-use retail, restaurant, and office space. Unfortunately, while nicely done, this mall's construction has caused a lot of confusion. So let me explain why. Here, I've overlaid a current map of Summerlin, and then zoom into Downtown Summerlin, with Summerlin Center to its left. But if I take downtown away, you'll see something underneath. And there you'll find that downtown and all the red striped area was actually called Summerlin Center, and the mall, first proposed in 1999, was to be completed by 2004. But that didn't happen. And as you can see on this aerial map from 2007, what was called the Shops at Summerlin Center didn't start until spring of that year. Well, and the shops didn't exactly happen then, either. As you can see from this 2011 Google Street View, there's only the shell of some buildings. Construction resumed in 2013, and completion was set for the fall of 2014. The Shops at Summerlin Center name is used in Fabritec's YouTube video. They were the contractor for all the cool canopies that cover portions of the mall. But just shortly before the grand opening, that is when it became Downtown Summerlin. So it's understandable that the name causes confusion. But it's not a city or town, just a large master plan. It actually splits at Charleston Boulevard, with north in the city of Las Vegas and south in unincorporated Clark County. So Downtown Summerlin is just a name, but it does make it sound a bit more impressive, and it is very nice. But think about it. In 1952, when Howard Hughes bought 25,000 acres of what was called worthless desert land for $3 an acre, he called it Hughesite. This was the land that eventually became Summerlin in 1988, and that sounds a bit better than Hughesite. So we'll leave Summerlin to see construction in Henderson. And yes, some would have you believe it's on the other side of the planet, but it's really not. And speaking of names, I'm asked why some call it Hendertucky, and they imagine it's something like this. But of course it's not, and you can see that in this and my other videos. Here we're in West Henderson on St. Rose Parkway, where a variety of construction has been happening. We'll turn into St. Rose Square for a quick look around. But across the street is the recently opened Cactus Valley Retirement Resort. Site preparations are going on here for the center's expansion. While this section is nearly complete. This is anchored by a new Costco that opened late last fall. It complements the Costco that is on the east side of Henderson, near the Galleria at Sunset Mall. As you can see, it's a pretty busy place. And of course it has a large fuel island. We'll jump back onto the parkway where more is happening. Across from Levi Strauss on the left, you see a variety of building going on. Turning on to Executive Airport Drive, you begin to see where a number of projects are taking shape. Henderson Executive Airport is just off to the left, and you'll get a closer look in just a while. Here, some mixed-use commercial space is underway. And for this next $75 million plus project, and a look at what it will become, we'll stop. From Raiders.com, the renderings of their new headquarters. Offering 3 outdoor fields with fan bleachers, offices and training facilities, and 1.5 indoor fields. It's scheduled to open next summer. Up next is from Chicago's Toronto Bakery and West Coast Distribution. The tan and rust striped wall on the right surrounds a FedEx ground center. New buildings coming online to the left, and right, new distribution center from Smith's Grocery, a division of Kroger. Up ahead, we'll turn on to Volunteer Boulevard, where a gas and convenience store have opened on the corner. Next to the station, a restaurant and lounge with gaming. Traveling along Volunteer, more of the buildings being added in this area. The second Amazon distribution center is being built here. The first at the north end of the valley, near a Fanatics distribution center. The next large project is for an area detention basin for area flood control. In the distance, you can see more building, with the Las Vegas Strip beyond it. Just ahead on the right, the blue building is the 390-room M Resort, Spa, and Casino. At the end of the M property is the south end of Las Vegas Boulevard, and just beyond it, Interstate 15. Combined with St. Rose Parkway, a lot of easy access to this part of Henderson. We'll flip around here and head back, and notice the satellite antennas behind the building on the right. This is a specialty media distribution company. This area includes the most recent land that has been annexed into the city. And you can see there's a lot of it here. While Summerlin is a large master plan, the city of Henderson is over 105 square miles, or 3 times the size. It has been Nevada's second largest city in population, and it continues to grow. The latest estimate has topped 317,000 residents. Besides what you're seeing now, much more has been proposed here. As we head toward the intersection, a 279-acre, over $300 million project has been approved for land to the right. Haas Automation, the largest CNC machine tool manufacturer in the Western world, plans to relocate there, building a 2.3 million square foot new facility. Owner Gene Haas also has NASCAR and Formula One racing teams, and earlier this year purchased a home nearby, in Henderson. Inspirada begins just down from the corner. Other master plans beyond it include Anthem, Seven Hills, Madeira Canyon, and more. You'll get another look at the buildings from this side of the road as we head toward the airport. The two runways at 6,500 and 5,000 feet are further back, and you may catch a glimpse of some of the hangars. $30 million was invested in the airport, and it's a primary reliever for McCarran International for corporate and general aviation aircraft. There is also an office park on airport. There are rental cars and plane-side limos available, and on-site flight catering. For pilots, a lounge, sleeping quarters, and showers, and the latest computerized weather and flight planning. They offer self or full-service fuel and line service, plus maintenance and detailing. There is also aircraft rental and flight instruction, and air charter and tours available. The terminal building offers free Wi-Fi and has a restaurant with views of the field's operations. There are hangar rentals, and rumor has it that Vegas Golden Knights owner Bill Foley wants to build a large hangar for his corporate aircraft. And with all the corporate construction here, it makes for some convenient air travel. But let's jump back to St. Rose Parkway and head east towards Green Valley. There are hotels and restaurants along the way. Through this area, a lot of medical services, including St. Rose Hospital's Sienna campus, that completed an expansion a short time ago. At the light, the Eastern Avenue corridor has miles of shopping, dining, and services from the 215 all the way to Anthem. Had we turned left at Eastern, you would go to the 215 Beltway, but St. Rose will also take you there. Up ahead, just past the pedestrian bridge that connects two parks and a walking trail, there's a little more construction. This is the Gardner Plaza that will offer restaurant, retail, and office space. And just across the street, the new freestanding emergency room from Valley Hospitals. Here we're entering the Green Valley Master Plan, one of 3 Green Valleys. You see the 215 Beltway is just ahead. But we'll turn into Green Valley Corporate Center. There's something to see back here. We have to get past all these office buildings because what we're looking for is all the way at the other end. It's just up here on the left, where you see the fence. I'll flip around here. It's a decent-sized project, and it ties into the building next to it, but I'll take you around to the front. This is Lifetime Athletic Luxury Fitness Center, one of 2 in the Valley, with the other in Summerlin. There are indoor and outdoor pools and tennis courts, classes, child center, physical therapy, personal trainers, cafe, and much more. And what they're building is one of 2 of the first lifetime living apartment complexes ever built, the other in Miami. Dallas said to be added in 2022. If you visit the Lifetime Living Green Valley website, you can watch their video to have a better idea of what they have planned. This is all across the street from the luxury Green Valley Ranch Resort, the sister property of Red Rock in Summerlin. Now, before moving on to another area, we really have to stop for a disclosure about what comes next. The story is creating fear of Old Henderson and downtown's Water Street. Yes, tales of all sorts of dastardly deeds get passed around. I assume from the minds that created Hendertucky and Slummerlin. But you can't say you haven't been warned. Well, Since you're still with me, let's go see this old scary downtown. Of course, this area suffered from the same fate as the Strip and Summerlin, with their development plans on hold. And this corner lot is preparing to change. The 5-story Bella Point would fill that spot. Commercial space would be at street level, with 4 floors of apartments, plus rooftop bar and deck for residents. A sales agreement is in place with the city, and the developer has already purchased 2 adjoining parcels. Juan's Flaming Fajitas restaurant was built next door. While I timed this video to avoid traffic, my dinner visit had a 20-minute wait. The place was packed with many people waiting outside. And Lovelady Brewing's tap room serves craft beers next door. More construction to the left, but we'll come back to that. The gray building is Hardway 8, a UNLV-themed sports bar. Pacific Diner just opened down this street. More coming on the left corner, but again, we'll come back. Up ahead on the right, that tall sign is for the El Dorado Casino, where Boyd Gaming CEO Bill Boyd got his start. The building in the back, with the tower, is Emerald Isle Casino, which has filed plans for their second expansion. Next to this street is Rainbow Club Casino, and then El Dorado. Some previously developed buildings on the left, but the lot coming up on the right is something new. The Golden Knights banners on the lampposts are a clue. Not long ago, the Henderson Convention Center was on this site, but the Golden Knights partner with the city to build their second facility here. Like Summerlin, this will have 2 sheets of ice, plus restaurant and retail, with the same programs offered, and public skating. This is next to the Henderson Events Plaza and Henderson City Hall, with more offices in an annex building to its left. But, have to stop to be honest about what really happens here. They hold a farmer's market on Thursdays. The last Friday night of the month, just add Water Street, is for art, music, culinary, and community. Also third Thursday pop with live music, food trucks, and more. Parades on Water Street? Yes. This is obviously for St. Patrick's, but there's also a lighted night parade for Winterfest. Plus, there can be cultural events and performances. Carnivals and vendors. And car shows. One is coming up in October with a free concert from Grand Funk Railroad. So downtown may be a little different than stories passed around, and it's often true for other parts of the valley. The Art Deco building on the left is another pre-downturn addition. And just up here on the right, more new construction. This is the new home of award-winning TSK architects with branch offices in Reno and Los Angeles. They created that Bella Point design, and are on the design team for the Las Vegas Convention Center, as well as other regional and international projects. On the first floor is the Public Works Coffee Bar. TSK is also building flex office space and lofts on the infill lots next door. The commercial area ends at the next corner, so we'll flip around there. But while we do, a little background on Henderson. Like Boulder City, it began as a temporary federal town. During World War II, it was built for magnesium production, and the homes, like the ones you are seeing, were also built as temporary, starting at about 650 square feet. Some have since had additions, others the original size, so there is older housing stock around downtown. We'll head back the way we came for another look, and you'll see more projects that are underway. The park on the right corner is on the grounds of the Henderson Justice Facility. The city's municipal and county's justice courts are also located here. Next to this parking garage, one building has already been torn down and lot cleared, preparing to make way for Street by Strata Las Vegas, a 6-story mixed-use luxury project across from the ice hockey facility. As we continue back down Water Street, with all the redevelopment starting to take shape, you can see a number of new businesses have been moving in or are coming soon. And up at this next corner, 2 buildings on the right have renovations underway. The smaller 9,000 square foot building will have ice cream and treats from Anderson Dairy, while the large building will be Mojave Brewing, plus brisket and bourbon barbecue restaurant, along with 16 boutique hotel rooms. The same developer has more underway down the street at the former Townhouse Motor Lodge. This side for one building, and a much larger one on the lot next to it. The blue 5-story, 40,000 square foot mixed-use building will have apartments and first-floor restaurant space. The 3-story gray building to the right will offer service, retail, or office space. So there is a lot taking shape on Water Street, with new and more businesses. And I should mention that St. Rose de Lima Hospital is just to the right, on the other side of Lake Mead Parkway. But we'll move on to a nearby project in the east side of Henderson that was somewhat of a mystery when it began. The building on the left is a recent addition to Warm Springs Road that parallels Lake Mead Parkway by downtown. From here to the parkway, several of these commercial or light industrial buildings have been added. Like this one on the right that was completed not that long ago. But that isn't why we're here. Even before the time these are about to come online, a project was breaking ground just down the road. There on the left, with the row of large cooling towers and cranes, was just a large empty parcel. But work was going on at a very fast pace, and still is. The land was purchased by a Delaware corporation with no real history. They paid $19 million for 2 side-by-side parcels, totaling 64 acres. But a clue came from the contractor, filing plans with Henderson for a large data center. That alone really isn't new in the Valley, with the Switch SuperNAP 4 and its core campus here. It wasn't until a release came from the Nevada Office of Economic Development that suspicions were confirmed. In November of 2018, Design LLC was identified as being the lead in this $600 million data center. But it wasn't until July 1st of this year that Google had an official groundbreaking. You'll catch a glimpse of the power substation they added to the smaller parcel, and a few peeks at the amount of equipment and materials that are on site. So much is there, workers are now being bussed in. But let's move on to one last quick stop in Henderson. We're coming up on Henderson Hospital that opened in November of 2016 and anchors the $1.2 billion Union Village Integrated Healthcare Project. When they filed their plans to expand emergency and operating rooms, they added plans for a second room tower and another medical building, along with 2 parking garages, to be completed in 3 phases. But there has been even more going on behind the hospital as this project continues to build out. Let's jump over for a look at that area. This is the 396-unit The Well Luxury Apartments that opened earlier this year and is said to be nearly fully leased. It offers a clubhouse, entertainment kitchen, game room, 24-hour fitness center, pool and spa, sports courts, and much more. In this lot along the street, a 5-acre park will be coming soon, and as you can see, a second complex with 350 units is being built, again with wellness and activity in mind. Developers say 85% of their land will be sold by the end of the year, and most of the 150 acres should be under construction in 2020. It would appear that the world's first integrated healthcare village is closing in on reality. Over there is another new building. The 95,000 square foot Las Vegas Athletic Club. It held its grand opening shortly after this video was shot. Union Village borders the 515 freeway. Here we'll use Google Earth to show you what's on the other side. This is where the first Henderson Costco is located. Just down Mark Street, Home Depot, Best Buy, Walker Furniture, and many more. Next to this, the 1.1 million square foot Galleria at Sunset Mall, with Macy's, Dillard's, Penny's, Kohl's, and Dick's Sporting Goods as anchors. The latest expansion added several new restaurants, and more changes could be coming. This is according to 49% partner, Australia-based Queensland Investment Group, who has already converted the local employees. In December of 2018, they said their stake could grow to 100% in 2 years, and they could be adding even more to the property. Across Stephanie Street, Target anchors this center with other retail, restaurants, and services. Cross over Sunset Road and head south along Stephanie, and more to choose from on the west side, and continues further south. The east side has office buildings. And offers more as you head back to Sunset Road. Sunset Station, one of 3 station casinos in Henderson, with its dining, lounges, entertainment, luxury cinemas with IMAX, and of course, gaming. Plus 21-story, 457-room hotel tower, pool, outdoor amphitheater, and 72 lanes of bowling. Just across Mark Street, a Lowe's, next to a Walmart-anchored center. Then jump over to Gibson Road for a different kind of mall, the Valley Auto Mall, with 20 dealerships and 27 brands. Lamborghini to Lexus, Chrysler to Cadillac. It's a wide assortment of cars, all in one place. And for this area, it's a good thing they didn't call this Downtown Henderson, because having 2 downtowns, actually in a city, would really be confusing. Now a big jump to downtown Las Vegas, starting with Symphony Park near Fremont Street, where multiple projects are underway. In parking lots in front of the Smith Center for the Performing Arts and in front of the Discovery Children's Museum, the city is building 2 parking garages with 30,000 square feet of retail space on the first floors. There's also another project, an addition to the 5 million square feet of exhibit space in the 3 buildings of the World Market Center. That's happening in the surface lot in front of their parking garage, and that's where we'll start. It's to the right of the front building, where they're building 315,000 square feet of exhibit space to add some convention space to downtown. To the left of the Smith Center, RX Symphony Park is the mixed-use project under construction. Scheduled to open in December 2020, it's said to offer 21,000 square feet of retail and restaurant on the first floor. There will also be 324 apartments with pool, rooftop bar, lounge, and pet park. Now we'll flip over to the Fremont Street area, where Downtown Grand is adding a second hotel tower. Plans call for 495 rooms that will include 67 studios, 20 one-bedroom suites, and 3 presidential suites. Cost estimates are in the $100 to $175 million range and slated to open in mid-2020. Fremont Street's Viva Vision canopy is in the process of a $32 million upgrade, the second since it came online in 1995. The first light show used 2 million incandescent bulbs in groups of 4, using clear, green, red, and blue. The 2004 upgrade changed it from graphical to digital, with 12.5 million LED lamps from LG. Besides the energy savings, this created the brighter, sharper, and more colorful shows of today. For the current upgrade, Watchfire Signs of Danville, Illinois was selected. Their design includes nearly 50 million LEDs that will produce 4 times the current resolution and will be 7 times brighter, allowing VivaVision shows during the day. Local contractors are currently replacing sections at a time, matching resolution and brightness of the existing panels. On New Year's Eve 2019, the lights will debut at their full potential. It will be quite a show, as you can see in this Watchfire YouTube video. Circa will be another bright spot coming to Fremont, as you can see in their website's video. The first ground-up casino resort built in downtown in decades. The property will honor Las Vegas's heritage, yet with a modern touch, and is slated to open December 2020. A multi-level amphitheater pool deck with 6 pools and a 125-foot screen is in the plans. And so is a 9-story garage mahal for parking. The sportsbook will offer multi-level, stadium-style seating and more massive screens. Circa is on tap to offer a variety of lounges and restaurants and a 2-level casino floor. The 495-foot hotel tower, the tallest downtown, will offer 777 rooms and suites. The price tag for owners Derek and Greg Stevens is in the $1 billion range. So yes, there is a lot of major Las Vegas construction, and it's been said there's over $25 billion worth in the pipeline. While I couldn't possibly cover everything across the entire valley, this gives you some idea of what has been taking shape. As you were able to see, there is a huge building boom going on. The new attractions, sports, recreation, and businesses that are opening here or coming in the near future are really amazing. I think you can now begin to understand why it has also created somewhat of a problem. It has restricted delivery times of new home construction simply due to a limit of materials and available skilled workers. Now don't get me wrong, there can be some quick move-in new homes depending on builder and location. Yet, if you're wanting to choose your own upgrades and preferred lot and build from the ground up, you'll want to have an idea of build times. Again, depending on the builder and location, it will vary from the type and size of home, anywhere from a minimum of 5 months to 6 to 8 months to a year or more. And for buying new homes, as I've said in previous videos, there is an important warning. Requesting information online, visiting a builder's home site without your agent, or having them pre-register you, you will lose having the advantage of your agent being able to represent and guide you, and that's a valuable asset to give up. As for resale homes, median prices have been fairly stable the past year, just within a few thousand above or below $300,000, and still below the peak median of $315,000 that happened 13 years ago in 2006. Part of this is likely due to the increase in interest rates that happened during the past year. But now, with interest rates having dropped into the area of historic lows, it's possible that could change. Another question has been home inventory. Yes, there are more available than in the recent past, up 33.3% to a 3.2-month supply from a 2.4-month supply a year ago. Still, that's only a shade over half of what is considered needed to meet demand of buyers in the market. With more jobs on the horizon, plus those escaping winter weather or high tax areas, all combined with current low interest rates, it's difficult to say if or how long pricing and inventory will remain at current levels. Besides seeing just some of the construction happening in the valley, I also hope you have a better idea of both Summerlin and Henderson. Is one really better than the other? Well, it really comes down to what suits you personally, not what someone else may think. I've had numerous clients that started their home search in Summerlin or Henderson, and yet they ended up purchasing in the other, or neither, as there are homes and master plans outside of just those two areas in the valley. And that's why I like to give you an inside look at what living in Las Vegas has to offer. Of course, you may want to narrow your home search by driving around some of the areas I've shown in my videos, or asking me for suggestions of areas to explore that might fit your needs. That way, you can decide what works best for you, and not wasting your time viewing homes that aren't really where you'd prefer to be. So thanks for watching, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. And of course, if you just have questions or I can help you now, please don't hesitate to get in touch.